Hello everybody, it is me Mandy here and welcome back. Daffodil. Daffodil is saying hello as well. Welcome back to the gaming garden. It is Wednesday and I'm so excited to be back with another Wednesday video. And I'm so happy my beautiful dolphin is swimming around because I was hoping to get her in the shot first thing. But we are in Endless Ocean Blue World. I'm so excited to be here. Did you see her go up to the surface to get air? Oh my gosh. It's all these little details in this game that are just so precious to me. But we are back in Endless Ocean Blue World and I'm going to be making a little video today just kind of talking about the differences between all the three Endless Ocean games while I dive around and heal some fish. So that is the goal for today and we're going to get right into it. Alright, so this is Daffodil. You guys helped me name all my dolphins because I'm replaying this game currently with you guys. And we just finished, or not just, it was a couple months ago, but we are working on doing 100% of the game. I did the Cavern of the Gods quest and now we're working on reopening it, so that's a lot of fun. So I'm just gonna heal some fish today and we might visit my private reef as well. Oh look, it's your family members. Oh my goodness, you're reunited with them. Oh my goodness, this is so precious. They're playing. Hi. These are some of my favorite dolphins. That they do. We guys get this little cutscene as well, it would seem. Oh my goodness, this is just absolutely beautiful. This is so fascinating. I love them so much. It's so, like, the documentary style of the Endless Ocean games. I guess we can just start talking about that because this cutscene is kind of leading me there. It's like, I feel like something all the games kind of have is that, like, documentary feel to them. It's like the cutscenes are just so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, you guys are the bestest. I love you all. Okay, so where should I don't even know which dolphin. I'm guessing this is Daffodil. Yeah. There she is. But I don't even know where to start with this, so I guess I'll just say, like, Endless Ocean Luminous came out a pretty long time ago at this point. It's been months since it came out, and I made so many, oh my gosh, so many Endless Ocean Luminous videos before the game came out and after, and there was a lot of hype revolved around this game, and that was so fair because so many of us had been waiting for 15 years for the game to come out. And I've noticed with a lot of there's no fish to heal around here. With a lot of, like, previous Endless Ocean gamers, it was, to a lot of people, it was not quite what we expected. And I wanted to talk a little bit about why some of us potentially, like, disliked the game. And I want to start off by saying, like, I don't dislike Luminous whatsoever. Like, I did a review on it and I definitely had some cons about the game, but I don't dislike the game at all. But I also wanted to talk about why it didn't quite excite me as much as I wanted it to. And I guess I'll just start by, oh, you're pretty. I guess I'll just start by saying there's something about the first two games. There's a certain heart and, like, soul behind, the first two games that is just really rare in video games, and I think that's why we loved it so much. There's a certain care and, like, I don't know, like, oh my gosh, look at these guys. There's just a certain care to the first two games that you don't completely find in the new game. And it kind of reminds me of how movies are nowadays. I feel like there's not much originality, but there's also not much... It almost feels like things that come out now are, like, the bare minimum of what people loved from it before. Like, they'll take, for example, if there's a sequel to a movie, they'll take the template from the first movie, but leave out the kind of, like, originality and passion that they had when they first made it. And that just makes it not as exciting. I almost feel like we've lost... Oh, hello. Fancy seeing you here. We've lost that, like, spark of passion in, like, in movies, and it could be literally anything creative. And I'm not saying, like, I'm talking about, like, famous stuff. I'm talking about, like, really famous stuff in Hollywood and, like, video games and stuff. And I felt like that's kind of how Endless Ocean was. Like, they took the template and the fact that we loved Endless Ocean so much before and tried to just put little cameos and things in there that we would really like. But it was lacking the heart that these games had. And I think the biggest takeaway was that, like, there wasn't a really in-depth story. And that's what made these games, amongst other things, like, so exciting to us, was the story was so good and is so good still to this day. Like, there's characters, there's, you know, things at stake, there's backstory, there's, like, you know, mystery. There's, like, so much involved in one thing. And that was the first thing we were excited about was, oh, there's gonna be a story mode in Luminous. So having a story mode that was more of, like, oh, it's tutorial for the game, it felt like, that was the first thing I was like, oh, okay. It doesn't feel as much like an Endless Ocean game to me, as much as it is just, like, I'm diving in this world with Endless Ocean references, if that makes sense. And it's also kind of crazy how games look nowadays. Like, this game was made in, when was it? Like, 2010? 2009. It came out in 2009. So, like, this is an old game that still holds up really, really well. And I will say, Endless Ocean Luminous is it is a beautiful game, and I, like, really enjoyed diving around in it. But I mean, granted, like, the Switch games do have a different look than, like, Wii games, of course. But it's almost like even the animation, like, there's in this game, and Dive Discover Dream, the first one as well, there's such, like, a gentleness and, like, a strength to the animation. And it's, like, the way they reveal certain animals at certain times, it's, like, so rewarding because, you know, maybe you had to wait to see, like, the humpback whale, and then the cutscene starts, and it's just, like, so precious and, like, beautiful. Or I have to come over here to see the manatees. It's, like, that was another thing, was Luminous, like, there wasn't much surprise. It was just kind of all the animals in one place, and you kind of got them all at once. And if I look at Luminous from a stance of, like, I kind of said this in my review as well, like, it's not an Endless Ocean game, but it's still, like, a fun scuba diving game. Like, that's kind of how I see it, and it is so fun. And I think, you know what, I think it is something that Luminous has that the other games don't have is, like, the multiplayer feature is so good and, like, so well done. And I think they focused on that most of all in Luminous. So, like, that was fantastic. And I'm so glad that they did that, because I reconnected with so many Endless Ocean, Endless Ocean, with, like, so much of the Endless Ocean community through Luminous. So, like, to have the multiplayer option is just really, really precious, and definitely my favorite part of the game. But if I'm comparing them with each other, I was just saying the other day how I feel like Dive Discover Dream is scarier than Blue World. And the biggest difference I can think of from Blue World to Dive Discover Dream, the first and the second game, is the first game is so much more, like, wide open. I feel like this one's more condensed because the maps are completely thought out, and, you know, you can't go far in the first game. but you also can just drop yourself wherever you want in the first game on the map, and I think that's really interesting. But Blue World, you only have certain places that you can go. So there's like an ominous feel and a little bit more suspense to the first game because of that, and I think that's definitely interesting. And Blue World's scarier in the sense that like things attack you, but Dive Discover Dream feels more, I don't know, I just feel like I'm more on the edge of my seat with that one. I feel like, I don't know why, maybe I just don't know the game as well. But I will say the Dive Discover Dream story, I love it, but I will always love the Blue World story the best out of all the Endless Ocean games. And obviously, you guys, this is just my opinion on stuff, and like my opinion only goes so far as my opinion. So like, I love hearing like, oh, what's your favorite game? Or did you love Luminous? Like, I love to hear it. So please let me know like what you love about these games or don't love, or like if you loved Luminous, or what differences you see in the games. I think the Blue World story is just the most fleshed out of all of them. And oh my gosh, I think it's the way you feel attached to Oceana's like drive and motivation to figure out the Song of Dragons because of her father. Like, that just gets me in the feels, you guys. I can't. But also Dive Discover Dream has a lot with Catherine. But there's just, there's something about the Blue World plot. It's just so good. But those are the two biggest differences I see between Dive Discover Dream and Blue World. Is like, the map difference just makes the game have a whole different feel. And also, the sharks don't attack you in Dive Discover Dream. Which that almost makes me feel even more unsettled because I don't see them coming. So like, I just posted a reel for my stream of me like, or not a reel, a YouTube short of me like jump scaring from these sharks in the abyss, and I'm like, I don't even jump scare that much in Blue World because the blinking danger comes up usually before I even see a shark. So it's like almost like a warning sign, and then I'm like, okay, where's the shark? I'm expecting it. But oh my gosh, to have them like pop out, and they definitely have like a more soulless look to them in Dive Discover Dream. Oh my gosh. But yeah, there's a ton of differences between all the games, and I think a coin. Oh my gosh, wonderful. To an extent, it's really good to have like differences between games, and I think the first two Endless Ocean games had such a good amount of difference to them where we didn't lose the like, oh, I'm playing Endless Ocean, and like it feels like amazing, and I feel so like so breathtaking, and like I'm just in awe of these first two games. But there was a difference between the two of them. Luminous, it feels like there is a bigger difference between the first two games and Luminous. And I'd love to hear what you guys think about these differences, because I think the biggest thing is just like the story not being there and it not being revolved around, you know, a story. And also like the map, how there's not specific biomes. Well, there are, but it's all kind of like wrapped into one. That's what I feel like the biggest difference is, where it's all in one place in Luminous, and in these games it's kind of, you know, everything's kind of set apart, and you have the story like kind of driving things, so driving like discovering the humpback whale and different creatures. So it's like, oh, Daffodil, you are so freaking cute. So I don't know, maybe it is just the story kind of driving everything, and that's where the biggest difference is. But I genuinely don't dislike Endless Ocean Luminous. Oh my gosh, the baby, so cute. I enjoy that game. I think it paved the path for so much of the Endless Ocean community to come together, and I'm so grateful for that. Like, oh my gosh, so grateful for that. And yeah, amongst like, you know, the cons, like it brought a community back together, and it got me into playing the old games again, and like meeting so many of you guys. So like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely gorgeous. What the heck? Are you serious? Like, how is this a video game? Oh, it's so pretty. And like overall, I just think these games are very special. Where are you, Daffodil? I don't see you, baby. Are you right under me? Oh, there you are. And like, it's just so fantastic to have ocean games because the ocean is just such a wonderful and mysterious and thrilling place. Like, it's insane. And I'm just so glad we have so many different games to compare to each other. So it's like all of them have their good things and all, you know, pros and cons to like any game. But those are kind of the things that stick out to me. And I just wanted to kind of ramble about it. And again, like, these are just my opinions, like, on the game. It doesn't mean it's the truth whatsoever. But I just thought I'd kind of ramble about it because I love talking about these games. So let me know your guys' thoughts on, like, the games and your comparisons and what you feel like makes them different from each other. And let me know your favorite game. Yes. Alright, you guys. I'll just watch this humpback whale while I say goodbye to you guys. And Daffodil loves her. Alright, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I cannot wait to see what other Endless Ocean adventures we go on together. Alright, you guys. I will see you next time.